Salute, salute. It's the one and only Master myself tapping in. Look, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you. You know, this is the Master's Table. All right. We will be changing call signs very soon. All right. And we'll be, I've been recreating and, redeveloping the structure and the organization that we have belonged to for quite some time. All right. And that was the Master's Table. So it's an honor to be here and tap in with you. It's Mondays, man. Every single Monday I look forward to. I'm trying to get this stand right. It's not cooperating right now. So let's put something under it. So give me 1 second. That'll work. So salute to you, whoever it is that you are, whatever it is that you're doing here, it's always an honor, like I said, to tap in. I go by the name Master myself, so know and understand everything that we do and say here is done under the banner of entertainment. All right, don't take what it is that I say seriously. That goes for me and any of my brothers that join me here on this call. All right, number 2, of course, know and understand this is for adults and adults only. No women or children in the room. There can be women, obviously. I say that damn near every single time, so y'all know what I mean. Number 3, do not break the laws of the land you're tuning in from, wherever it is that you are. Number 4, of course, you are an adult. That means that you're responsible for your own actions. And number 5, I am the one and only Master myself, and I'm here and I'm ready to serve. And while you're here, know and understand that you are going to be treated and addressed as a master of your own life, as a master of yourself, as a master of your personal creations, whatever it is that you're all about in this life. All right, I'm going to be straight up with you. All right, I'm going to treat you as if you were me, right? And therefore we can grow together. All right, now today specifically I'm talking about how to activate your beast. Now, in case you don't know, you're watching, every single day from this day on, I'm going to be going live every single morning at 8 a.m. All right, and what happens at 8 a.m. every single day is we're tapping in, we're tapping into our beast process. All right, so this is a very sacred process that we've been, building and structuring since the year 2020. And I say we, I mean all of IMC Nation, right? This is IMC TV. So this is a co-creative platform that we've been able to create. And it started with the foundation of this thing called the beast process, right? So how to activate the beast that's within you is important to know and understand that you're going to need a process. You're going to need a consistent process, right? Why do we need a process? Because every single day, you're going to make strides. You're going to make, you're going to take steps, right, to get closer to your vision of what your personal beast is, right? And so whatever that is within you, I encourage you to dive deep and figure out what that is. Figure out what is the image that you have, your image of your best self, if you will. What is that image that you have inside of you that you can make more clear and you can tap into that allows you to activate, a different piece of you, a different part of you, all right? So, I go live every single day. And every single day I've seen a growth and expansion in terms of my communication, things of that nature, right? But what is the foundation that I've been learning to speak from for literally for years, right? That foundation starts in the beast process. So what is the beast process? What is the beast routine? What are the, daily, processes and routines and habits or whatever the case may be that make up a beast? Well, it's a specific routine, right, that we learn specifically from our mentor, AZD. Now, this is a process that's been in place for the last 3 years, like I said. And so the last 3 years, we've been fine-tuning the process, making it more of our own. Now, the evolution of the process is combining, several different technologies, right, that allow you to cater your beast or allow you to calibrate your beast as necessary, right? So whatever that looks like, whatever that translates into, it's important for you to know and recognize that you are responsible for dictating what your beast process looks like or dictating what it is to be a beast, right? You're an individual example of your own personal philosophy, right? So, many times, many people maybe have misused, or I was gonna say misconstrued, or I don't know if that's a word, or misused, right? The word, the beast, right? Like, what is a beast? Now, oftentimes, I came from a Christian background, so if I was to tell, somebody that is from that background, to talk about the beast, and they'd be like, oh, you talking about the devil? You talking about this, that, and the other? Well, no, we're talking about the aspect of you that you would use to defend a tribe of individuals that belong to you, right? Or your family, the aspect of you, the piece of you, there's a part of you that is so savage, that is so vicious with life, that is moving through life unapologetically, that is deciding that, I'm going to grow and evolve today. That part of you is a part of you that I'm referencing, right? So that's the part of you that is a beast. And that's the part of you that you would utilize to defend your family, to defend your loved ones, to defend, your creations, if you will, right? These are different aspects of you that are testament to, or these are not different aspects of you, these are different aspects of the character that you're building, right? To defend, like I said, your family, your tribe, your loved ones, whoever it is that surrounds you, right? So, if you were to encounter somebody that wanted to do evil with you or to you, right, you would have an opportunity to do what? You would have an opportunity to face that opposition, right, without apology, with a sense of fearlessness, right? So there's a fearlessness to the beast. There's a fearlessness to the character that you continuously create. My whole life changed the moment that I recognized that I had an opportunity to decide who I want to be and then go and be it. I actually recognized that back in the year 2020 after studying with my mentor for, I literally had been plugged in for 6 years at the time. And, I began to expand in terms of my awareness as to what is possible, right? So there's this energy that's within you once again, right? That has yet to be awakened. And unless you go through the proper processes, you have no idea how to activate, how to actualize, right? This character archetype that's within you, right? The savage that's within you. So imagine if you wanted to be a beast, if you not only wanted to be a beast, but you decided that there was no other option than to be the beast, right? Then to defend those who needed protection, to stand up for your own personal beliefs and standards and rights in this life. If they were somebody else that you loved or that you valued was in danger, without hesitation, you got to be able to respond. You got to be able to take action. You got to be able to grow and build from the lifestyle or the standard that you first initiated from or came from or originated from, right? So you maybe I didn't grow up, channeling my beast. I didn't grow up, looking to defend my loved ones and things of that nature. Now I did grow up, at some point in time learning the martial arts, right? And, the martial arts specifically that I learned is called Tong Soo Do, it's a Korean karate, right? So it's a very traditional form of karate. And, there's certain principles and dynamics and things of that nature that take place in that atmosphere, in that environment that cater so many different aspects of your character, right? So for me, I've been, very tapped in on that level, if you will, right? I've trained with some very high level martial artists. My Grandmaster Hosik Pak, all praises, is a very strong representation, right, of what it looks like to be a pure martial artist, to be a true defender of his philosophy and defender of not only his philosophy, but the philosophy of our organization, our tradition, which is the art of Tong Soo Do, right? So that's a Korean tradition that I have that's in my tool belt, if you will, right? But the moment that I came across, I didn't came across, but the moment that my mentor, AZD, started to talk about activating this beast that was within me, my head kind of turned like, what is he talking about? Like it's very interesting because, once again, my mentor AZD has also been trained in multiple martial artists or martial arts, if you will. And, the martial arts that I learned growing up is nothing compared to the second level of martial arts that he trains in, which is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? So he's a high level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist, right? Now, that art comes with a fearlessness, a fierceness, a savagery that's available for any of us to tap into. But oftentimes that requires your indulging or your integrating into that art form, if you will, and that takes time. For me, a lot of the value that I've been able to extract from life has come from the fact that I now have a process that allows me to tap into that aspect. Like if I was to be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist, I know that there's an aspect of me that I would tap into that is the beast that I can activate the moment that I get into that. Like I've been in jujitsu classes, right? As a recent, I trained with Captain Yogi Chris. He's, the host of the Enlightened Masculinity podcast here on IMC TV as well. So y'all check him out. And he's a very high level wrestler. He's a very high level, warrior, if you will. You know what I'm saying? He's very dedicated to his art, his practitioner, and things of that nature, right? So I had an opportunity to go with him and train on the, jiu-jitsu platform or on the mats, if you will, in San Jose, and what an experience, you know what I'm saying? Because I realized, I already knew, based off of how my mentor HD was talking about jiu-jitsu, that it was a next level art, right? In terms of the commitment and, not only that, but then also the spirit that you channel, the specifics in terms of the way that you have to adjust your life, if you will, or to the specifics of just literally calibrating certain techniques, if you will. Like there's a way for me that I know there's a way to do a pseudo block, right, which is an open hand block, if you will, that is different than if I'm training somebody else and they may do it, one kind of way, they may hold their hand this way, or they may think that it's more out this way, or whatever the case may be, right? But no, there's a certain firmness, right, that comes with a pseudo block, which is a chop, if you will, or a mid block, if you will, right? So there's a certain way of operating. There's a certain calibration, there's certain techniques that you can fine tune that will allow you to truly cater the archetype, the energy, right, in the vibration, the vibe, right, of a beast, like somebody that's a beast. Like we had an opportunity not last weekend, but the weekend before, to go to San Jose and go to an MMA fight, and there was a certain brother that was fighting and representing IMC Nation that was there. So we were going there to show our support. We were about 20 deep, or whatever the case may be, and it was a very special moment that I was able to capture some of it. Where a very high level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt from one of the top level, martial artists within the realm, the world of Jiu-Jitsu, the Gracie family. He was a not only representative, but he was, one of the highest level brothers or members of that family. He was there at the martial arts, fight, if you will, the MMA fight. So, there was a whole interaction that took place between him and my mentor, and there was just a whole experience, not just him and my mentor, but a certain group of the students or brothers that were in the VIP section that, also got to greet him and interact with him and things of that nature, right? Now I'm seeing this all from afar, and so I'm having this exterior experience where I'm realizing, like, damn, the level of this lineage is so deep, it's connected to that high level man. And once again, this man is walking around with a different presence, a different energy. He holds his composure completely different because of the fact that he knows that he's a beast. Like it's nothing more than recognizing that you have within you. It's really, really powerful, actually. Just take a moment to kind of download this. Let me get my kombucha. Hold on one sec. Right, so recognizing that, once again, this is a very, very high level individual that has an image of himself that is so strong, right, that regardless of whatever it is that he encounters, now, of course, a lot of this comes from the experience, right? The experience of being on the mats, wrestling, things of that nature, actually fighting for your life, really, in many different dynamics, that creates a certain beingness within you. Right. And so there's a beingness, and once again, that parallels within this process in which I'm talking about, right? Like activating your beast, it comes from the direct intentions, right, of mastering your character, of your direct intentions of challenging yourself every single day and setting obstacles in your path that not only, give you the opportunity to grow, but they shift you into the next level of yourself, if you will. And so each of us on a daily basis has an opportunity to fine tune this process of you activating your beast. Now, like I said, today was our first day tapping into this daily beast process program, if you will, at 8 a.m. And there were several brothers that were on and several brothers that leveled up, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't easy. It's not easy. The routine that we do, that we practice on a daily basis, is not easy, right? It starts off with, and this was like the beginning piece. It starts off with a sequence that's, I call it 25-1 in terms of the push-up and burpee ratio, right? Or excuse me, the burpee and push-up ratio. So there's 25 burpees that initiate with a one push-up sequence, right? So you start down, you do one push-up, then you pop up, and then you do a burpee, right? And then you go back down, you do another push-up, and you pop up, and you know what I'm saying? You basically are going up and down in this sequence, and this allows you to essentially tap in or channel that aspect of your character that requires you to go very, very deep within yourself, right? And so that you can, truly tap into that savagery that's within you. Now, I operate with the understanding that every single man on this planet operates with this. Every single man on this earth has this within them. And the moment that you recognize that you have within you the means to be able to create change and create effects in your world based off the way that you challenge yourself, based off the way that you address your daily process and the way that you attack your goals, your objectives, and everything in life, based off of how you do that, can you have new levels of experience, right? So look, every single day I tap into the beast process, and every single day I get results. Every single day I can see for my life, right, what these results translate into, right? I move differently in life. I have a new energy about myself every single day. I get more and more comfortable every single day being in front of the camera because I'm going live every single day. So that's part of the beast process. It's a part of activating the beast, is putting yourself in situations and circumstances that you got to grow. You got to know that you're going to change. You got to know that you're going to evolve today because you put the challenge in front of you. We have a certain set of philosophies, and most of them are find their foundation within the philosophy of Stoicism, which is a very ancient, philosophy, if you will. Comes from some of the greatest thinkers in our history, right? Philosophy is the love of thinking, if you will, or the love of wisdom. Wisdom comes from contemplation, if you will, right? So, being able to contemplate your life, being able to think about and reason, right, this process or this avenue, right, that we can continuously tap into, you fine tune the process, and the process goes deeper and deeper and deeper, right? So the deepest aspect of what it is that I've learned to understand thus far is the fact that I can create an image within myself while I'm in this process, right? While I'm in the process of activating a beat. So let's say that, you don't have the daily routine. Let's say that you don't have anything in terms of substance of understanding what this process is. Okay, great. If you're here and you're tapping in and you want to know, like, how do I do this without even being tapped into IMC Nation? Well, I highly encourage you just get a part of IMC Nation. So it's like the fast track. You can accelerate your growth and your evolution, your expansion in this life, right? You can do that. You can accelerate that process by just tapping in IMC Nation and get plugged in. There's a white belt program where you get started, and then you get the daily routines, and you figure out how to build from there. Now, there's a camp that's going on right now that's called the Origins, right? Which is some of the original men. I'm one of those original men that continuously tap in to this process. And we were there for the foundation of this process in terms of understanding like the basics when it comes to a wake up routine, right? Like it's all these activities, right, that cater the beast or that help to activate the beast that's within you, right? So every single day there's a wake up routine, right? You wake up at a certain time, and what you do, like what I do is I check in. We have a base project going on right now. So in order for us to continue to establish and operate at a level of organization, we check in with each other, right? First and foremost. So we check in with each other, and we let the world know, hey, we're awake. I'm awake, right? So that's the first step, is letting the world know that you are awake. You are here, and you're ready to deliver your growth. You're ready to deliver your service, if you will, to this world, right? The moment that you wake up. So that's step one, right? Number two is taking a cold shower, right? Now, this aspect activates a different part of your character that, once again, maybe you're not aware of, or maybe you're not familiar with, but you should be. right? Because it's not easy to do it every single day. There's days where I'm just like, bro, fuck this cold water. Like, why would I want to turn on the cold water right now? For what reason? Like, I don't care about this cold water. You know what I'm saying? There's days where I feel like that. There's other days where I'm like, man, I'm gonna make this cold water my bitch. Because why not? Because that's what I'm here to do, because I'm a beast, right? So regardless of how I feel about it, it happens every single day. If I get in the shower, I'm not getting out the shower until I turn the water cold. Like, I just don't feel right. I've done it before. I've gotten out the shower and I'm like, bro, there's something wrong. What did I not? Oh, I didn't turn it cold. I'm getting back in the shower, and I'll get back in the shower, turn the water cold, and tap into that beast energy. Because once again, it's not easy, especially in the dead winter. You know what I'm saying? You take a cold shower in the morning, you go outside and it's freezing cold outside. Like, man. But that's the aspect of a beast. That's the aspect of a savage, right? Like, imagine you were a savage in this life, a civilized savage, right? There's a balance to this. But imagine you were a savage and you had to tap into that aspect of you that was required for you to survive, not only for you to survive, but for those who you love to survive. That's where your power comes from, right? Recognizing that you can decide to defend others in the year 2023. You can decide to defend others through the character and the archetype that you present to your life. Like, if somebody knows that you're a beast and they know that you work out every single day, are they really going to want to fuck with you? Are they really going to want to distract, you from your purpose and your, well, yeah, they're going to want to distract you. You're going to want to, see if they can get you off rhythm and things of that nature. But that's why we have a process. So we started with a wake up. Then we talked about the cold shower routine. Then from there, what do? Well, there's a daily workout, right? Man, there's so many different aspects. There's oming, there's the breathing practices, there's these readings, what I'm saying, that you can tap into, reading from Stoic books. One of the books that I recommend is The Art of Living. It's one of my favorites. Meditations from Marcus Aurelius, another great book. There's discourses from Seneca, I believe that's who he is. I don't tap in with Seneca that much, but basically we do some type of tapping into this philosophy, this stoicism, right? The Stoic practice, if you will. We tap into this ancient philosophy, right? This ancient love of wisdom, and we look to apply it in our life. And we say, you know what? When there's an obstacle in my way, that becomes my way. I'm no longer going to hold back, right? From encountering this obstacle that's in my path. Another quote is, the whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. Imagine if you lived today as if you were going to die tomorrow. Like, what would you do today? There's a whole coat of arms, which is essentially our like personal crest, if you will. Let's see here, pull it up. I gotta go way back in the favorites. Back in 2020, this came out. This is my personal coat of arms, okay? On this coat of arms, you see words on the outside. Oh, first of all, it's surrounded by beads, right? Anytime you see an IMC Nation warrior monk, he's going to be wearing some type of beads, right? That represents our spirituality, right? So the beast has a level of spirituality that you can tap into, that you can activate, right? Because there's a greater level of experience that's taking place here. It's not just your experience. There's a greater picture. We are connected to the divine. We're connected to our creator. We're connected to our maker. For me, that's my God. That's my personal relationship with my higher self, my God, my creator, the source of it all, my origin point, if you will, right? That's my origin. So I connect there through my spirituality. There's spiritual practices that back up a beast, if you will, right? So that's the one aspect, right? What I'm talking about right now is these other words that are on the outside, right? The words that are surrounding here. They're very vital and they're important for you to know and understand, all right? So I'm gonna talk about them. Carpe diem. I talked about this yesterday, actually, on my live stream, just very briefly. But the combination of all four of these phrases I'm about to go through can change your life completely, right? If you were to, this was a process that we used to do, right? And part of the process is journaling, right? So another aspect of the daily process, like I said, the cold shower or the wake up routine, the cold shower, and then there's journaling, right? Journaling is a whole nother aspect you can tap into that helps to activate different parts of your mind, different parts of your psychology or psyche so that you can that you activate, right, that allow you to once again expand, right, on your world of perspective and evolution and so on and so forth, right? So that's carpe diem. Carpe diem means seize the day, seize the opportunity that's in front of you. Whatever the opportunity that is in front of you, right? Whatever the advantage it is that you seek in your life, you can get that. You can obtain that through your dedication, your commitment to your evolution, through your dedication, your commitment to your expansion in this life. And the way that you're going to get that and acquire that is through dedicating yourself every single day. So seize the day, seize the opportunity that's in front of you, right? And there's many different meanings to each one of these, and I'll maybe later on in another episode I'll tap into these, but I'm just giving you a brief overview of the beast process and the way that I understand it as master myself. I created everything that I've been doing, right, off of this process, if you will, right? And so there's a lot of different things that I've integrated into my daily process, my daily routines, and my philosophy, my psyche, right? The way that I think about life is completely different because of my constant dedication and true integration, true understanding or understanding, right, of this process, and understanding this, coat of arms, if you will, right? So it's very, very, very important, right? So the next one is ad vitam ad cupum. This comes directly from my mentor. It's a specific Latin phrase, if you will, but this means for life until misbehavior, right? For life until misbehavior. Now, we earn our power every single day. I live by the understanding that, I have to earn my day to day, right? I have to earn my power. I have to earn what it is that I'm coming to claim. If I'm claiming to be a beast, I got to earn the right to call myself a beast. Now, I don't come here and say that, talk about the beast process without having had earned the right to call myself a beast earlier today. Like I tapped in. Like I'm very aware of the fact that, there's people that tap in, there's people that say that they tap in and don't tap in. You get what I'm saying? There's people that represent the beast, and there's people that represent a bitch. It's very clear. There's an opportunity to see things both ways, right? So there's that understanding, right? Amor fati is the next one. Amor fati means simply, I love my fate. I love the way my story goes. I love the way that this lifestyle is playing out. In fact, I would rather have it no other way. Like if I would presented any other opportunity to live life differently, I actually wouldn't take it. Why? Because I'm actually tapped in and I'm aware of the fact that I can fall in love with the way my life is going. I can fall in love with my personal story. I can fall in love with the flaws that I have. I can fall in love with the discrepancies or the incongruencies within my character, within myself. I can fall in love with that because now I have an opportunity to tap in. I have an opportunity once again to seize the day. I have an opportunity once again to earn my power. I have an opportunity once again to fall in love with the way that this life is going. Because if I don't love what it is that I'm experiencing on a daily basis, what's the point? Like really, like let's really understand that. Like, what's the point? If I'm not appreciating this circumstance and situation, I'm not appreciating my storyline, if I'm not appreciating the way that my life has transpired thus far, what's the point, bro? Like I literally got to really understand, or I've taken on the understanding that I am going to appreciate everything that comes my way, no matter what, right? And that comes along with, the way that I was raised. It comes along with the different aspects of myself that I am aware of and things of that nature. But regardless, each of us has an opportunity to fall in love with this life. You can fall in love with the way that your life is playing out. And if you just took on that one perspective, you could actually see the value that is available to you every single day, right? I come on here and I speak my knowledge and philosophy and insights and things of that nature because of the fact that I'm able to integrate, or I've integrated many of these aspects in which I'm talking about right now. The next one is memento mori, right? At some point in this life, we got to know and understand that, I'm actually not going to be here for forever. Like these videos that I've been creating, doing these daily streams and creating on a consistent basis. And as I continue to move forward, let's say that we fast forward to 30 years and, Master Myself died on this day, or let's say that Master Myself only makes it another year, right? Regardless, I have to know and understand that every single day is a gift. Every single day is a gift. Today's a gift. Tomorrow's a gift. Yesterday was a gift. How am I exchanging with life? Where am I giving? That's why I go live every single day, because I know that someday my ideas, my concepts, my philosophy, my consciousness is going to cease to exist on this planet. So what will be my legacy? What will be the things in which people will say about me? It doesn't matter at the end of the day if I continuously put out. I'm continuously creating, continuously generating, continuously tapping in. Every single day I have something to give. Every single day I know I have value to contribute. So let me do that without apology. Let me consistently do that. Let me consistently show up, because someday my consciousness will no longer be here and I'll have moved on. And, maybe we come back. Most likely, I think we do come back. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, I will have no recollection of what happened in my past, aside from the energy that I cleared out, or I tapped into that while I was here. These philosophies, carpe diem, ad vitam corpum, amor fati, and memento mori, will change your life the moment that you learn how to integrate them, right? So, once again, if I was outside of the beast process and I didn't know what it was and I had no idea what was going on here, what I would do is I would start to journal, or I would do some research actually and see what these words actually mean. Like, how did it translate? Okay, ad vitam corpum. I don't know how to spell that, but ad vitam, excuse me. Ad vitam is A-D, vitam is V-I-T-A-M, at is A-U-T, corpum is C-U-L-P-A-M, right? Ad vitam ad corpum. It translates from, for life until misbehavior, right? So if you could take on that perspective once again, and you can understand, like, man, let me just, my personal translation of that, right, is simply that, I have to earn my keep. I have to earn my power today. Just like I, showed up yesterday and I earned my power yesterday. Today is a brand new day. Today's a brand new opportunity. So what I did yesterday has no difference as to what I can do today, right? Carpe diem. If I'm taking advantage of the opportunities in front of me, I will live this life flawlessly. I will live this life fearlessly, if you will. Knowing and understanding that I have a new opportunity. And once again, I know that this life isn't forever, because memento mori. I know that I won't be here for forever. So I know that I can live today as if today was the last day that I would ever live, because we never know when that day will be. So let's live today as if today was the last day that you would ever live on this planet. How would you live if that were the case? And we get numb to it. We get numb to the feeling that, man, someday I'm going to die and so on and so forth, because how else would you live? But imagine being aware of the fact that you can discipline your mind to focus on the fact that someday I'm going to die. So let me today create. Let me today exist. Let me today live, and live without apology. Every single day, it is that. So recognize that. Amor fati, which remember means I love my fate. I love my story. I love the way this life goes. Learn to appreciate this life. Learn to understand that this life is happening because of you. And it's your story, so you own your story. You know and recognize, like I know and recognize that I'm a martial artist. And I know and recognize that there's only so many Black men on this planet that have dedicated themselves to go ahead and tap into this greater power that's available. This greater power that's available is the essence that I've known as the Force, if you will, from Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? That's one way that we've learned to talk about it and experience it, and so on and so forth, right? So there's an immense amount of potential. There's an immense amount of clarity that comes from understanding that, this is my story, and I love the way this story goes. I love the way that this lifestyle is playing out. I'm aware. I'm envisioning my process. I'm envisioning what's next. I'm envisioning what I've already fallen in love with in my life, right? Because every single day is another story. Every single day is another contribution to my involvement, to my expansion in this life. So let me live without apology. Let me move forward with confidence, and know and understand that today is another day that's a testament to my process. It's a testament to the activation of me as a true character, as a true master of self, right? And nobody else is going to do that for me. I have to always, every single day, recognize that I'm the one that has to be in love with my story. So that's for me, that's the interpretation and definition of amor fati. So every single day, I'm doing the beats process, right? And so every single day, I'm presenting that opportunity for whoever else is wanting to enhance that, right? Whoever wants to grow, whoever wants to build upon the structure of what I've laid down on, right, thus far, right? Like there's a specific process of how you can activate your character. There's a specific process of how you can tap into this aspect of your beast. Once again, this is the aspect of you that, if you were to face an army, and let's say that, there was an army of 5 men, if you will, that showed up, trying to break into your house, and you got a family to protect, you got assets, if you will, to protect, you got yourself to protect, right? All these different aspects you can fine tune, you can sharpen, right? And know and understand that, I'm the one that has to stand up. I'm the one that has to be the representation of that. And when you take on that ownership, you move differently in life. So I encourage you to find out what this means for you, right? What does it mean to activate your beast? What does it mean to, tap into the philosophy of a beast and really think with this, once again, in your psychology, right? Because this will change the way that you move in this life, and every day will be different as a result of that. All right. So it's the one and only master myself. Once again, this is the Master's Table. We go live every single Monday as of now. Once again, like I said in the past, I plan on changing things and growing and evolving. But I have literally, we have, it was the last count, I believe, 106 episodes, right, total, that have been a contribution from all of IMC Nation, right? Or all of the people that have been tapped in at the Master's Table, right? So 100 episodes, of content, if you will, that you want to tap into. If you want to get access to that, simply connect with me on Instagram, or whatever platform, social media, whatever. I go live on YouTube every single day, right? So you can tap in with me there and know and understand that you can grow and evolve that way as well. And like I said, every single day we're live for the Beast Process. It's called the Rising Beast is the name of the group, right? So every single day you can tap in there, 0800. And let me see what else is going on. Oh, phase one, the phase one Beast Process is a product that's available. So if you want to tap in there, coming out with every one of those lectures, there's 40 lectures total. So every one of those lectures are going to be a specific product, if you will, that will be available, made available to everybody, of course, in IMC Nation, but anybody else as well. So tap in with me, tap in with all the brothers that are here on IMC TV. There's a whole collective expansion that's been taking place in a platform that, we've been utilizing to help us grow as a community. All right. So without further ado, like I said, it's the one and only master myself, tapping out from IMC Nation. Be the best and fuck the rest. Knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. It's the one and only master myself, tapping out. Salute.